Hey, good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing great. It's me again, Rodrigo Piedra, your creative director. Looking for just a few minutes for you to listen to my chat, right? Listen to my monologue. We're here in one shot, doing it as transparent, as honest, as simple as possible as life is, right? On a simple way, no cuts, no addition, no Botox, no filters. Just press record and start talking. Let's see if we get through this. We are here in another episode of my search of looking for advices of how to survive life. Okay, and today I'm talking, and I'm going to be, very brief into this. I'm going to be talking about depression, right? Which is something very important to acknowledge how delicate is the subject, right? So I divide the word depression into deep depression, right? Depression, deep depression. This is more or less how you feel when you're depressed. I've been depressed, okay? So right now, I have to be very considerate in not make you lose your time in this video. I'm not gonna be talking about what is a depression, what are the symptoms of a depression, how do you know if you're depressed, what happens with the oxytocin and the dopamine, and what's going on in your brain and in your front cortex and in your neocortex and all those things are science-based, are medical-based, and I'm not a medic, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not a scientist. I'm not the correct person to talk about those kind of things. That information is not up to me. But I can tell you how I managed my depression and how did I got out of depression in five important steps that I did to get out of my depression. But if you want the other knowledge, if you want the lyric part of it, I think the right person you should go to is actually Andrew Huberman, right? To the Huberman lab. He's an extraordinary man. I think he's quite cool, and he's very honest too. He talks and says, you know what? I was a piece of shit person. What? He's got the humbleness to say it. I was a piece of shit person, and I decided to become my best version of myself, and he did it, and become an extraordinary scientist. And he is a master on the subjects that he talks about, and I think he's one of the best persons that can tell you all about depression and how to define it properly in all of its senses. I am not the one. However, I'm going to be talking about 5 steps that took me out of my own depression. And if you want to get into that, then keep on with us and I'll let you know what this is all about. I'm going to be very brief, very, very brief. I'm going to make it as simple as possible because that's the way everyone wants to learn. We all want to learn like this. Okay? So, as we were saying, deep depression. Okay? Deep depression. Why do we get depressed? Okay, that I can tell you why. The reason I think we all get depressed. In the latest video we were talking about karma, how energy is all over our bodies, and how we have our chakras and our centers of energy, and how we have to be balanced and do the things right and wrong. Well, it doesn't happen like that all the time, right? Sometimes you're unbalanced. You've done these things wrong, and things have happened to you that are wrong also. And so you carry a lot of stuff with you. You carry burdens. You carry past relationships. You carry chain traumas with your family, things that you don't even know you have. But I think depression happens when your body cannot stand, just cannot tolerate the version of yourself that you are right now. And I'm very sorry. I didn't want, to I don't want to, hurt your feelings. But I think that's what it is. I think the body cannot tolerate, cannot stand anymore the version of yourself that you are right now. It happened to me, right? And not because I wasn't, a bad person, not because I was intolerant or I was, an ugly person, a bad person, right? Not because I was egotistic or I was narcissistic or no. Maybe I had some of that stuff. Of course, I had some of that stuff, but mostly because I had a lot of pain inside of me, a lot of pain. I made 4 ayahuascas, and I still got into the depression, and I was depressed for 9-10 months. I don't know. I was suffering. I was in this endless, dark cave of what the fuck. That's the best way to say it. You enter a dark cave with no up and down, no sides. You don't know where to go. You know what to do. You don't know anything, and you just go. The only way I can describe that space, that dark space where you cannot see anything, is what the fuck, and you can't do anything. It's terribly frustrating, and it leads us to this paralysis by analysis that Tony Robbins talks a lot about. And it's hard to go out, and the only person that can take you out of the depression is yourself. Okay, that is a fact. No one will get you out of the depression. Nothing will get you out of the depression. You will get out of the depression, and the time is up to you. But out of my experience, I have this. It happened to me more or less like this, and I didn't make the order. I didn't make the order. I didn't say, okay, we're gonna have this 30-minute thing for no. Life made the arrangement of this. My life taught me this way. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell you more or less how did I do. I had between 3 and 6 months decoding traumas. I had a psychologist, and I read a book by Mark Wallen called This Pain Is Not Mine, I think. I don't know, I have to translate it. Este dolor no es mío. And I decoded traumas of my family. And you might be very accepting about that. And you might say, no. Come on, I mean, what are you talking about? I mean, well, it is a fact. I can tell you, it is a fact. You do carry in your genes, in your epigenetics, traumas of people you have never ever met in life. My grandpa, I didn't meet the guy. He died when my mom was 12, right? I wasn't even conceived. And I was carrying on traumas of his. And I can tell you for a fact, it did happen. It was like that. You have to read the book. You have to look for, the scientific part of it, because it's real. I can tell you what, we're gonna be talking that in another video, but right now, we're just gonna focus on this, okay? Besides that, we have between 2 days, I think that maybe between 2 days, medication, and 1.5 months for it to stabilize you. You can feel better with medication if you have the right medication. What happens is that sometimes they don't give you the right medication. And they go like, oh, we're gonna try with this. We're gonna give you this pill to see what's up, to see how does it go, and to see how you react to the medicine. And if you don't react well to the medicine, then they change you the medicine. Then they give you another one. And they treat you like a white rat of a laboratory, and you keep on going and trying all medicines to see which one suits you, right? Because there's this $700 exam called Genome Mind, which the psychiatrists don't tell you about. Well, I had the grace of having a psychiatrist that told me, you know what? I'm just not gonna go for this. Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming. It's a pleasure to meet you, but I need you to make this exam, which is $700, right? It's very expensive. I go, expensive? Expensive? very expensive, where the 5 months I spent feeling like a piece of shit because the medicine was not the right medicine. I was taking something that was making me dizzy and 21 hours like the Energizer Bunny, and I was having this, I don't know, neurotic things and all these circumstances where you actually don't know if you're gonna explode or not, and it was awful. It was awful. You already feel very bad. Well, no, okay, all right, let's say it the right way. Okay, not bad. No, you feel fucking bad. You feel really fucking bad when you're depressed. It's really bad. You just can't take it. You're sick of it. Well, that's the way at least I feel. I was traumatized and I was feeling really bad. And you're just waiting. And how long is the medicine gonna take for me to feel better? Oh, probably about 2-3 weeks. 2-3 what? God damn it! If you go and do a genomine, which they actually take a little sample out of your mouth, and they take it within 15 days, within a week, you have an answer of the whole list of medicines that are available all over the world, and it tells you exactly which is the medicine that your body digests better. Which one is the good one for you? So that you are not a rat lab again anymore. And that made me take the right medicine, and I'm happy. And it did help me a lot. But before this, I had a very rough time. So please do this. It's very cheap. It's very cheap. Very extremely cheap. Even if they cost you more, if they cost $1,000, whatever, it's cheaper than 2, 3, 4 months of feeling like a piece of shit because you don't know what's going on in your mind and in your body. So there it is. Between 3 days and 1 month doing exercise. Yes, the best thing that can get you out of the depression is exercise. It is a fact. It's dopamine and it's serotonin in a glimpse. But I was doing this and I was still not out of the depression. The question is, it is quite a good question. I mean, when do you get to know that you're out of the depression, right? Like you're here and you go like, I'm not depressed anymore. How did you know that? Well, normally you don't. Normally you kind of start feeling better and feeling better and feeling better. Oh, well, it happened to me that I actually got better and I knew I got out of my depression within 30 minutes. You go like, really? You telling me you were depressed? You were traumatized and you were feeling sad and lonely and bad and then 30 minutes after you were doing right, you were feeling better and you were happy? Yes, I did. How? I made 36 hours off fasting. You're telling me you did what? 36 hours without eating. Yes, I did that. Why did you do that, Rodrigo? Why would you actually go and do that? Why would you do that to the body? Well, because I was so sick of feeling bad, feeling really bad. Then I said, well, I feel so bad that I don't really think there's anything that will make me feel worse. So why not give it a try? Yeah, I had nothing to lose. I already feel like a piece of shit. So yeah, let's go for it. Let's do the fasting. And I did. And then when I did the fasting, I found out that they lied to us. Everyone lied to us a lot. They tell you that you're gonna faint if you don't eat, which is a lie. You don't faint. And that you're gonna be very low on energy and that you're not gonna be able to walk like a zombie, and that's a lie. That doesn't happen. And then they tell you also that you can't sleep because your digestion and your thing and everything is complicating, asking for food, and you can't sleep. That's a lie. You do sleep, and you sleep very well. And I tell you, it gives you gastritis, and all these acids in your stomach are gonna burn you, and you're gonna have it. That's a lie. It doesn't happen. It is not like that. What actually happens is that the body starts refreshing itself. The body starts like rebooting itself. And he goes like, hey, summer, man. Hey, where's the food? There's no food coming. Well, what do we do? Well, let's clean up. What? Well, let's clean up. We have nothing to do. Let's clean up. It starts cleaning up all this bad cells, dead cells, or wrong cells. Everything that's actually dirty inside our body, it starts to clean it up. In the middle of that process, when I was about 30 hours into the fasting, I made a purge. Whoa, a purge. And what's the difference between that purge and any purge that you can do with any medicine that you go and buy up in you buy in a pharmacy? Well, that this purge, I made it with sea water. Sea water. If you want to know one thing, I can say, being from Costa Rica, if I can tell you there's something wise in nature, oh God, that's the sea. Sea knows much more than you think. And I did my purge with seawater. So my first glass of water had half of seawater and the other half with regular water. Nushka, ya. Venga. My dog. The other glasses, right, had 1/4 of seawater and the rest regular distilled water. Okay? So I took one glass, half and a half, and then I started making exercises and stuff. Right? So I can move my intestines and stuff, so we can start cleaning. Then I took 6 of these. This has got to be warm water, by the way, right? I'm not telling you to do it. I'm telling you how I did it. Okay? I'm not telling you to do it. You do it if you want. It's none of my business if you do it or not. I'm just letting you know what actually worked for me. Okay, ya, chiquitas, ya, pasa. Afuera. Afuera. Ya, Nushka. Ya. Sorry. And then after that, I was supposed to have six more glasses of water, of warm water, with 1/4 of seawater and the other 3/4 of distilled water. I have to be 100% sincere. You're supposed to take 7 glasses. I couldn't take 7. I took 4. And right after those 4 glasses, oh God. Yes. 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 It was a tsunami of shit. Yes, it does hurt you. And you end up throwing out of your body things that you didn't even know actually existed in the animal kingdom, right? There's stuff that you go like, what? Is this possible? Well, yeah, it was possible. Right after those 30 minutes when I started the purge and after my last deposition, I got out of the toilet and I had my girlfriend here and I have another friend of mine and they go like, whoa, what happened to you? I'm like, what you mean? Well, you're different. Different. Yeah, you're looking different. Yeah, your face looks different. And you have colors on your cheeks. And I don't know, you look completely different. And people started coming in and say, hey man, what's up? Hey, you look good. Hey, what's going on? What happened? And right in that moment, I noticed that I was happy. I was happy. And I started being happy. And I started having a good time. And I started making fun. And I started changing my perception. Whatever it is, I don't know what it is. Whatever it was, that was right here in my stomach, which everyone knows, and you can look for it yourself over in the internet, that everyone knows is the second brain. Your colon is the second brain, which I probably think is probably the first brain. And 90% of your serotonin is made here in the gut. In the gut. Whatever it was that I had on my gut, I let it go and I started being a free person again, happy, ready to conquer the world and find new horizons and do this bullshit talks that I love. sharing with you guys this amazing circumstance that happened to me. Yeah, I had a tsunami and shit. Yeah, well, it happens. Yeah, that's what purges are all about. And I did it, and I'm happy of having done this video because I'm actually doing my best to share with you what it really worked with me, because I do know what it is to be depressed. God, it's so bad. It's so hurtful. It's so deeply complicated. The solitude. Even when you have 100 people at your side, you're alone, and no one gets you out of there. I know what it is to feel bad, to feel really, really, really bad. And even the panic attacks and the suicidal thoughts. Maybe someone watches this video and maybe it helps them. Maybe someone goes like, you know what? This might help me. I might get out of the depression with the help of whatever it is that's interesting here. Maybe a friend of yours will be helped by this. I don't know. Let's hope everything is gonna be fine. And I thank you very much for keeping up with the video until now. And it is my deep desire that this video helps a lot of people to get to feel better and be better, so we can be more humanized and more conscious, have a better consciousness of what we are and what we do. And eventually, we'll make a better world out of this beautiful place in this exquisite journey called life. So thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye-bye. See you in the next video.